Hello, it's Matty G. Welcome to a new series. This series is basically a farm saving series. We come in as a farm manager to try and save a family's farm. Help them adjust, change, upgrade or degrade. The aim of the game is to get them out of debt and into profit within 2 years. If it's done sooner, greater. Greater the better, the quicker the better, and we take a cut at the end. Generally, our fee is around 100,000. So, if we make them 10 million, we're only taking 100 grand. If we make them 5 grand, then we've failed. That's the backstory. So here we are on our first one. It's Elm Creek, just to get everybody settled in. We all know the map. So, into the roleplay. I've had a little visit around a few farms in the area, so I know roughly what's going on. We've got a pig farm in one corner of the map, we have a cow farm in another corner of the map. Most of the others are all sort of wheat and grains. The farm we're going to is the top right hand corner of Elms Creek, to try and save them from disaster. Hopefully we can do so. So let's go and meet the Johnsons. So we're just driving through town now. We have a fuel station there on our left, as long with a, it looks like a fast food diner. We've just passed a farm behind us on our right. There seems to be a grain farm, or crop farm shall we say. With some other interesting stores as we go through. Looks like a toy store there. Some various different shops, billboard signs. Oh, look, a taco place, lovely jubbly. Bakery there, sells bread, looks very entertaining. And I can only assume from what I can see, industrial areas to our right up the top. And that must be the local store, just there. I can see a load of equipment out on for sale. Interesting bits and bobs. I think we need to take this turning. Oh, look, they've even got a nice bit of pool of water there. That looks like a BGA, that's good to know. It's good to know your area a bit better than what I do so far. I try to come into it with minimal research, but enough research to know the farms. Because they're the key to everything. Know the competition, know where the money is. There's plenty of animal farms around here, so when we get up here, if this is an animal farm, it's probably best to get out of that business straight away. There is a lot of different types of farms around here. We've got a pig's farm, cow farm. Okay, they could possibly have a horse ranch up here. That would benefit the area in my opinion. So yeah, it's all guessing game until we get there, and then we can find out exactly what we're working with and how we could possibly improve their situation. And we've got a big hill climb up here, so it must be struggle for some of the tractors. Oh, that may be our destination. This could be it. If it is, it looks decent little farm. The door's open, so we'll pull up and we'll give them a knock on the door. See if anyone's about. Oh, there we go. It's basically lunchtime. I've had a little chat with the Johnsons. They're about to leave the farm in the next few days, or the next few hours, shall I say. They're going off on an all-expensive paid holiday while we get cracking on. So let's see what we're working with. We have been told that there is 3 fields here. The husband, the one who's been doing most of the farm work up until recently, broke his ankle and was unable to use a tractor, and he wasn't able to plant anything, so grass has taken over in these fields here and 2 fields over here. And the one field that was left, he didn't get a chance to harvest, and that looks like a dead crop there. The kids have been running around on the smaller tractor trying to get all the grain sold, which they have. Their total balance at the moment is 3,744, which we've obviously taken control of. They have pretty much a good little setup here. They got some fertilizer in the tank. They got a water tower, 1,000 seeds. Oh, they've even got some diesel. They're keeping their machines looking good. Everything seems to be fairly new. This is obviously what the kids have been running around in. Very, very much in the wrong sort of farm environment. That should be for sort of a grape farm, somewhere like that. Definitely shouldn't be over here in this area of the US. Yeah, so they've got nice bits of equipment. That looks a little older. Looks a bit damaged, worn. Harvester, trailer, yeah, basic stuff really. They've kept it clean and nice and tight. That looks almost brand new. Right. Anything else to look at? No. I think that's the lot. Well, they've got 100 grand in debt and they've got some really nice expensive equipment. But is in a conundrum. It's obviously failing. They're not being able to sell the grain as quickly and as good a price as they would like. Rain's coming down, so I think I'm going to go inside, draw up a battle plan and get cracking on that. So let's get going. So it's been a busy couple of hours. We've drawn up a battle plan. I've spoken to the Johnsons, Mr. Johnson in particular, and we've come up with a type of an agreement. Due to what we've found around this area, I've suggested that the grass that's actually come through is a good idea. We're going to get rid of the wheat crops completely, all crops, and go pure grass for hay and silage. That'll be where the money's made. We've also, I've sold my motorcycle to help them out. We've also sold the harvester and header, because it's pointless having a harvester and header, and that small little tractor, so it's boosted the finances up greatly. Now there is a massive outstanding loan, and they will foreclose on that loan within the next few months. So we will need to get to pay that off, but we're not going to do it straight away because we're going to need probably some money to do some wheeling and dealing. Which we will do. But the first thing we're going to do for the remainder of this time is we're going to get that field cultivated. Mr. Johnson's kindly enough said that he's going to stay with us for the foreseeable future while the family goes away to help with basically getting it all sorted out. So while he gets his kit on, we're going to get ready before we try and do our bit first, wheeling and dealing. There we go. So we'll start off here. I'm sure Mr. Johnson's going to come out when he's ready, when he's all ready, and try to take over and do the best he can. But this needs to be all tilled up. Make sure that's lowered down right. There we go. So yeah, we'll crack on at the minute. We'll get round this and get ready to prep this and turn it into a grass field. It will need to be seeded, obviously. The beauty about it is once you've done it and it's done properly, it won't need to be seeded again, just taken care of and looked after. So this will save him a lot of time in the future, and we could possibly even get rid of the cultivator, change it for something a little bit older, a little bit cheaper. And that's the way to go. He's got all this lovely new equipment, and while it's nice to have new equipment, sometimes you can do better with the older stuff that will initially get you on the road to getting better equipment, to get you financially stable. I think that's the key thing we're going for here, is financial stability for the farm and the longevity of it. And I do honestly believe that this is going to work for the better for this particular area that they're living in. So we're gonna cut the scene here. Mr. Johnson will end up taking over, and we will head down to the store to try and make some deals. Well, here we are. We're in the family's I don't even want to call this an old Volkswagen Beetle replica. It's worth a few bob. They don't use it, they don't go away in it anymore. Kids are too old apparently. But they've just been using it because he hasn't been able to afford a farm truck. So one of the deals we're going to have to do today, if we can, is get some sort of vehicle for him to run around in. This is the back of the store. I don't think they're going to mind us coming in this way. Alright, let's jump out. Let's go see what we can do. We can't go in there with the camera on. So yeah, there you have it, 23,922. That was a lot of haggling. They wanted to get it for 20 grand. I'm just having a look at what they've got. They said this truck's available. It looks worse for wear, to be honest. But it's a possibility. It's something for him to use. It would definitely work and run him around. Especially on farmland. It's got the tyres for it, all terrain. Nice flatbed. It's got a fifth wheel hitch. That's fantastic. And it's got a rear hitch. So yeah, that's a very strong possibility. But he's obviously going to want a second tractor. And this little New Holland, he's screaming at me. Value for money. It could be something, could be worth doing. We can get the parts, no problem. We can get that all repaired up at the farm, or even here if it's not too expensive. So looking at the way the tyres are, the axle looks good. Alright, I might just go in and see what we can do about this. And see what else we can do. See you shortly. There we are. So we got a tractor, trailer and the truck for around 60 grand. Well, I think it was 24,300 for the tractor. Straps down there. About 26 it was for the truck and bed. And about 9 grand roughly for the trailer. So all in all, a really good deal so far. We're doing well. We've still got a long way to go. We need to get some sort of grass cutter, mower. We need to get him something to cut that grass and bale that grass. Pick the grass bales up and store the grass, and also something to deliver them with. But we have time on our side. This is a good start. So we'll get this back. And we'll show Mr. Johnson. Hopefully he won't be too upset. Well, we've just unloaded the new little tractor into the shed. Mr. Johnson, has been over and had a look at what we got. I think he was a little upset at first. After a brief chat and explain everything to him, he calmed down a little bit, but he's over the moon with having a truck. He just, you'd wish it wasn't so damaged. But I said, that's no problem. We've got some spray cans. We can get this sprayed at a later date. But for now, it's rough, it's ready, and it'll work. I'm just going to head over to the field, check on it, and see you in a bit. So this is the end of the day one, the first month. We got the field tillaged up, ready for planting some seeds of grass. Sold a few bits of equipment, bought a couple of new bits of equipment. I've spent a lot of the evening having a chat with Mr. Johnson in further depth, again reassuring him that this is the right direction for his farm. I've also looked around at some other equipment, other farms, etc. Again, ringing up the shop, numerous places. There is a possibility of getting a baler in soon, so hopefully we're getting closer to starting to make some money. I'm thinking it's going to be a touchy subject, which is why I've come out here to discuss it with you guys. Thinking that we may have to get rid of his tractor. It is large, granted, but the value of it is immense, and it could help fund the rest of this project. So we will have to broach that subject with him, but until the next day, have a good one. I'm going to go get some shut-eye. Morning. We had a long chat with Mr. Johnson and he's agreed we can sell his tractor. So I think what the best bet is to do that straight away before he changes his mind. We'll unload the trailer and then we'll run over and bring the tractor on up. I spoke to the gentleman at the dealership shop this morning to see what he had in tractor wise. He says he's got two tractors, two largest tractors, one bigger than the other. One's 110,000 and the other one's if I remember right, he said it was 24,600. So that could be an option. Let's jump on out. Got a couple of straps on. So we'll head down there now. And whilst we're doing that, Mr. Johnson's going to be getting on with some seeding. So hopefully we will see you there. There we go. We're just going to bring it over into this corner here, they said, and go into this shed. Take about 5 minutes and they'll appraise it. And then we'll get it sold. Whilst they're doing that, I shall take you over and we can have a look at the new piece of equipment. So these are the two tractors they were on about. This behemoth, absolutely huge. They want 110 grand for it, which, you know, still really good deal. And then this one, which they only want 24.5 for it. I think this is the way to go, this one. Dual wheels on the back, so you ain't going to lose any traction. As I left him in that small tractor doing the seeding, and that's really pushing it. This one would eat it alive. I think this is the way to go. So let's get that other one sold and the deal done. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, just over 237,000 for that tractor. It's worth so much money. This one we're going to pay 24.5 grand for it now. Oh, wait a minute. But we're just holding on because they're going to take it in. There's a couple of little repairs they're going to do for us, and we're going to get it re-spray painted. They said it should be ready for about 11 o'clock. So we're going to purchase that, and then I'm going to have a look inside, see if they've got anything else we can possibly do a deal on. Looks like we might be able to buy even a new piece of equipment. Who knows? So I'm going to go have a chat with them. There we go, they've pulled it out. We've got to be careful with the paintwork, but it's all dried and repaired. Cost an extra 15,000, but it was well worth it, and then we spent some money as well. Let's get in and we'll show you. Runs like a dream. It's not the fastest of tractors. It's not going to need to be for what we want it for. And then this is what we've got him. I believe this is the right way to go for him. Front mower and wing mowers. These are a top quality little brand. Not quite the harvester mower that we've promised him. But this is a stepping stone. This will get him closer to the goal. Closer to the goal mark. We do need a windrower and a tedder. I think that's on as far as that's going to go. That's going to be tight. I couldn't get the tailgate fully closed, but it's up off the ground. The hills are going to be a bit of a struggle. But yeah, I think Mr. Johnson will be able to pay off his loan. At least he'll be completely debt free then. So we'll get this back to him. I'm sure this will make him a happy bunny. It's very heavy, so it's a good thing we're experienced. You see, I've got the flashers on, mate. Nice and wide. The hill's going to be the tricky part, but we'll see you back at the homestead. We made it nicely enough. It's very top heavy at the back there, but we got it. We got it here. Mr. Johnson was waiting for us at the door. Just had to stop to have a brief word with him. The old cedar that he had, he's filled it all the way up with seed. It's just packed up. It's packed up on the field. And he's given the bank a ring inside. And I think he's going to try and sort out payment for them now. So we'll get this unloaded. And we're going to show him what this thing's capable of. And he's going to come and have a good look at it in a minute. It seems to have paid it all. We'll just wait for him to jump on board. So, Mr. Johnson, what do you think so far?
I quite like this John Deere. It is very nice. This swath strop, that should make it easier for me.
Yeah, it should do. In the long run, it shouldn't be too bad.
Can I have a go?
Yeah, sure. You can crack on with the next field. Tell you what, swap seats. I'll let you do it now. You just crack on. Do what you can do. Do what you do. No problem. Right. He seems really happy with that tractor. I thought you might like it. Most Americans love a John Deere. So I'm going to pull this round. And we probably won't see much more of it today. I'm going to have to make some phone calls, try and get hold of a baler from somewhere, so we can start baling them up, possibly even wrapping them. If we can get a wrapper in, that would be brilliant. I'm standing, I think it's in one of his son's rooms, but yeah, we can check on the old computer. Get these games off it. I'm sure it's hooked up to the internet. Have a little look, spend some time and see what we can do. We also need to try and sort something out to repair that cedar. See you next time. This will be the end of episode 1. Take care.